MontyTV. Right now we're joined by Jamie Siminoff. He's the Chief Inventor and Founder of Ring. Thank you so much for joining us, Jamie.
Thanks for having me.
And you have Ring with us.
This is it.
So Ring was actually a rebranding of Doorbot. How did you know and recognize it was the right time to rebrand Ring?
So Doorbot was a great product. It was very successful for us. And when we went to do the next generation of product, we kind of stepped back and said, let's look at everything we're doing. Let's look at the brand, let's look at the packaging, let's look at literally everything in the company. And the Doorbot name was, I still actually love it, but a little too techy for the front door. The front door is like a very special place in the home. It's usually both the husband and wife kind of have their ideas of how it looks. And so just like coming home and saying I bought a Doorbot for the front door kind of already had this this reaction. And so as a technology product in the home, I think you want to fit in. If you look at other brands in the home, whether they're technology ones or not, like Nest, August, and then you have like Schlage and Yale, and they're all these kind of nicer brands, and so Ring really had that sort of nicer ring to it.
For all of us who are super paranoid, Ring really helps us with that. Can you explain a little bit about what Ring is now capable of doing?
So Ring is a smart doorbell, so it allows you to see and speak to who's ever at your front door. It does, like if someone rings, like hits the actual doorbell, you'll get an alert and you can see and talk to them, which means you're kind of always home. So whether you're actually home or whether you're here doing an interview, if someone's at my door, I can actually talk to them. Which is very important because there's actually a lot of community crime that happens. It's daytime crime when you're not home, so it's actually very good for that. It also has motion detection in it, so you'll also get an alert if anyone, you can actually set it so that if anyone even comes on your property, you can get an alert, you can see them, you can record it. So it's really like it's a surveillance device and a surveillance camera, as well as a doorbell, so it has that convenience factor, and then monitoring and security.
So the security is something that was new to Doorbot and now became Ring.
Yep.
How did you know that consumer expectation was heading in the security direction?
So I think we saw, we're lucky in terms of we started about 3 years ago. And so we did a pre-sale when we started it. So we got a lot of customer feedback even as we built the Doorbot. And then we had 20,000 Doorbots out in the field. And so we actually got a lot of feedback from them of how they're using the device, what they're liking about it, what they're not liking about it. And I think that's the best thing about being in the market and having customers is you can listen to that feedback and then use it to iterate. The only problem with hardware versus software is that each iteration is like a year versus with software it can be like a day.
What are some of the challenges when designing a security device?
I think the biggest challenge is trust. I mean, they have to trust us that it's going to work. They have to trust us that because it is something with their home. I think as soon as you do that, and again, I think that's why the brand is important, that you have to be able to trust that brand into your home. You're welcoming it into your home. And I think that's something that takes time. I think you always get the earlier adopters and you'll move down, but as we become a more mainstream company, I think brand is very important for these types of things.
Let's go back to Ring and its design. What kind of elements were you considering when you were designing the look?
Sure, so what we try to do with the look is try to make it as least little techie as possible. There's certain things you have to do, there's certain design constraints like physics have on us, like the motion detection. In order to have 180-degree motion detection, it literally has to see out of something. So that's what you're seeing, like right here, this shield is basically where the motion detection is. And that's like the physics of that actually define like how big we have to make it, the angles and those kind of things, and the type of plastic you have to use. At nighttime, you need infrared in order to see in the dark. Those are right behind here and here. So there's certain design constraints that we're faced with just from that side, but then we try to use as much metal and try to bring it back. And also it comes in every color that door locks come in, try to match that a little bit more. So I mean, we try to make the device feel like a device that's like quality when you get it in your hand, when you install it, when you use it, when you have it on your home.
I mean, it's really cool looking.
Thank you. We tried.
Now, security is a competitive market. How do you stack up, or how do you make sure that your product is the best?
So it's a competitive market, but it's also a really big market. And so the one thing I've learned about really big markets is if you do a great job at something that you're very focused on, then you can be a big company. So like security market is it's billions and billions, maybe 40, 50 billion depending on what you want to include in that. I mean, just ADT alone is like a $10 billion company. And so we focus on like this front door security product and just like super highly targeted and focused on it. And I think by doing that, you're able to be a successful company in that thing. Now, once we get to like 100, 200 million in sales, then we'll have to start dealing with like competitors and competition and stuff. But right now, I think the only person we compete with is ourselves and the experience we deliver our customer.
So what's next for Ring? Are you going to move into apartment buildings? condos?
For this year, really, we'll stay highly focused on this product, making it better from an experience side, the user interfaces, all that stuff we'll try to make better. We're going to be in retail, so by the end of the summer, we'll be in about 5,000 stores. So really sort of like, this year's really the year to really build the business up and not necessarily just keep coming out with new products. I think this product actually will stand for a while. The technology in it is amazing. We haven't even unlocked all of it yet, so it's like we have actually a lot to go on even just with this product.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much, Jamie.
Thanks for having me.
Wishing you the best of luck with Ring.
Thank you.